Welcome to another SpellForce free cast. This time we've got a best of 3 between this guy in the orange, who is a DonHyperion playing as the humans, working the Wolfguard commander as the hero, already putting in some creeps with that scout. Good choice. This is very effective. The base will help shoot them down, and you can just get some moves done early towards the middle of the map. Whereas on the other side in the pink, we've got Leasha playing as the trolls, and that is the Beak Eye. We're playing on a modded version of the game, so this is a hero that's not normally there in the skirmish mode of the game. Enjoy this one. Looking at Leasha's perspective, we can take a look at the skills. So basically throw a spear hard, throw many spears hard, throw a trap on the ground, and if people step on it, it makes you have an ouch. Then you've got a little perk here for weapon attacks, as well as to mark enemies with, and to cover them in bait, which reduces their attack speed. And then you can do a little bit of promotion business on your burbs as the trolls, which basically makes it so you don't have to make smashers, or at least not only make smashers, to get some progression done in your army, which is pretty cool. And then the ultimate is just, again, throw a lot of spears a lot faster than normal, which is fantastic. Wolfguard commander, I hope you guys know by now, but DonHyperion, as suspected, does take the middle and is stealing sectors, potentially just going after these undead, and then after that maybe the top sector, although I seriously doubt that will work out. One weakness of the Beak Eye is going to be flag fighting, because he's dealing pierce damage. Pierce damage is terrible against buildings. They've got 66% resistance, ladies and gents. Whereas against magic or strike, it's just 33. So yeah, you'll see almost nothing happening there. Maybe the Beak Guy needs a flag fighting boost, I don't know. That's why he used to have the rock throw ability, which was good against them. Now he has the trap, which is good against small blobs of infantry. But I kind of think that trolls are already really good against small blobs of infantry, because, you know, they can make skull crushers in tier 1, which hit multiple units. I don't know. Anyway, Wolfguard commander, as always, looking to brawl, looking to pick off initial units, or go for a health trade, but I think it should be going after the smasher. That's the main objective. Obviously stealing some undead XP would be wonderful as well. Don is nearly his level 3, so I think he should have finished that, but instead chooses to just trade health with the Beak Eye and actually gets a kill. That's insane. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to get that. Oh, Leasha has got to be tilted. That's not good at all. I have to resummon the guy here. Oh, and the bandits have been pulled into the workers because, you know, infantryman things. Yeah, so yeah, those bandits are going to be shutting this down. And in fact, if the base shoots them down, they might deny XP. But the hero comes out just in time to benefit from it, I think. Don has cleaned up there and will be building up this base after all.
Yes?
And just bought a bunch of potions. No, not potions. Actually bought the level 3 halberd here in the early game. That's insane. So this hero is just gonna go bonkers on the workers, is what I would expect. Or you could just start taking some of these revenants, which is much harder as a job. So I wouldn't really recommend it. I think you go after the workers, especially if you can go around the side and the back here, which the infantryman has already scouted is not taken. So Leasha wouldn't be expecting Don to go that way. Leasha's over here, working her way up to the middle, which an infantryman is spotting for. Don will know exactly when to head into that main. Now the question is, do we actually upgrade this one so that we build a barracks here and just play full rush? Typically, as humans, I would say no. You don't want to do that. In fact, we haven't even swapped to the fancy weapon yet, so... Not sure if DonHyperion forgot, but so far it's a hashtag no equip kind of situation. Okay, the trap is doing insane work on these revenants. And the bleeding damage over time is just going nuts. Hunter's Mark obviously also making the beak eye a lot more effective. It's reducing pierce resistance and he has pierce damage. That's great. Likewise against the Wolfguard Commander. Doing a whole lot of damage here isn't a bad thing at all. Okay, now got the fancy halberd. There are a bunch of infantry. But are we gonna get to see like a print of arbalists soon? Because we do have a bunch. Oh yeah, there's the double barracks. Everything's on order. But will there be even more? Particularly eyeing this sector for it. But I don't think Don will steal that. It's just... I'm curious why he didn't go for a worker harass. Would have been just fine. Anyways, meanwhile, Leasha upgrades this. The Smashers are happy to share the damage. And that's going to be an easy smashing against the Revenant camp there. No problem. A little bit harder for DonHyperion. You have to definitely watch for the health levels of these infantry. But good pullback micro so far. And one more camp. Should be pretty close to level 5, right? Probably won't make level 5 with just one more. And I don't think Leasha is gonna allow these to be taken by Dawn. There's too many smashers here. So I think Leasha is in the end going to be pretty comfortable overall. There's the burbs. Leasha will have spec'd into some stuff there. The boom droppers are going to be the pick, not the fighters. So they won't be able to be super useful in engagements, but you can go and harass worker lines with them early on. It's definitely something. Okay, we got the 4 barracks now up. Some arbalists are getting pumped out. The humans will be taking down the last of the creeps on this map. There's no, like, more advanced creep. 4 Iron Beaks have been promoted. Normally, you'd have to go tier 2 for these guys. It's gonna be interesting to see some harass plays out of Leasha. Let's just compare XP levels. Hey, DonHyperion actually went for the early Hymn of Tenacity. You normally just do this with like level 6 and whatnot. And even then, you probably just get more Brute Force or Breath of Vitality and not that. So that's really interesting to see against the Trolls here. Curious how much they'll benefit from Armored, but it will offset this Hunter's Mark a little bit. By the way, these guys do pierce damage, so the Hunter's Mark actually synergizes very nicely with them. Great splits by Leasha, forcing the infantry to walk a lot more. Buying time even with that one, but that's not gonna happen. Still, a fairly even trade overall, all things considered, with Leasha losing 3 smashers and Dawn losing like 5 infantrymen. Maybe even a good trade for Leasha. Especially with the rising number of Iron Beaks. Especially the ones getting promoted. There are some Iron Beak fighters amongst them now. So they'll be able to attack these ground units. The Arbalists being the prime target. I think they have strike damage. No, they have pierce damage, sorry. Scrappers are already at work for Leasha. There's 2 of them. Already have gathered 40 scrap metal because you don't have to spend ultimately on these fighters and boom droppers. All of it will be available right for the smashers to be upgraded to skull crushers, and that's where humans really get scared.
That should work.
It will be a huge problem for them indeed. Now the printer goes burr, but is it enough? Tier 2's coming in for the humans, but also for the trolls. And remember, for the trolls, Tier 2 is actually Tier 3. They do not have Tier 3. It's expensive business to upgrade their sectors though. You only get 4 workers per. And then 1 upgrade, that's really expensive. Whereas the humans are more granular, so they can grow a large economy fast. But, well, the troll workers do work faster. So straight up, if you have just the same number of bases, the trolls have a better time. You have to be ahead by like 2 bases or something as the humans to really feel good. There's an opportunity here though to take out the scrap hordes. And Don is taking it. Taking a look at the XP, 1 kill is all that's needed. 1 worker kill, and we've got level 5. That could entirely change the game, but Leasha is getting very close to level 5 as well. So you do have to be careful with how you do this. It's not easy to kill a smasher, for example, even with the hero unit. Oh, and that Wolfguard commander just got absolutely sniped. There's so much pierce damage here, and reducing the pierce armor was a big deal. That is level 5 then for the big guy, ladies and gents. Trolls OP confirmed. No more buffs for the freaking big guy, Leasha. Let's calm down, okay? Anyway. Hunting with beaks level 2 is unlocked, which will boost the beaks in the aura.
Enemies are attacking.
It's a pretty big increase in stats, as you can see. Armor in particular, resistance, and the movement speed. Wait, why is it double stacking? What is going on? Why is level 1 and 2 both on? I don't understand. Is it when you upgrade it, you get a brief period of having both applied? Wolfguard Commander was level 5 there, however, as well. And the Earth Shatter has come in, stunning all the smashers. Wisely pulling back now to buy some time for everyone to get into a good position. Maybe for the Trollos to take some extra shots, but that didn't happen. And still, Leasha is at 122 population, whereas Dawn is only on 66. It's gonna be a long holdout here for the Dawn. Got a bunch of billets. But there's the middle merchant, and I think that middle merchant is a specialist one. So the Wolfguard Commander might have some kit there. I'm not exactly sure. Bonk. Smashers getting taken out, but DonHyperion playing very patiently. Unfortunately for him, this patience also means that he's gonna take a lot of hits on the way out. So he always trades like 2 or 3 infantrymen for 1 smasher and some health damage, which Leasha just gets rid of the health damage by upgrading the smashers to a skull crusher. And it's even tougher in the next round. I guess Leasha will need very urgently to build some more tribe shelters or to upgrade them, but right now doesn't have the resources to. So we're just gonna have to wait a little bit. However, there's an opportunity here to take out Dawn's billets, and there's too many of them. He's already ready to go 200 pop. Hex camp is getting made up front here. Most of the buildings haven't even been built yet. Anyway, they're coming in to defend now, the humans are. And the Beak Eye actually gets stunned and killed. Very nice job by DonHyperion with that defensive teleport and focus. But can he actually take on the Skull Crushers now? I suspect not. It wasn't actually over. They had a save. They had a save. So here we go. Don might actually be able to somewhat fight this off, but he is gonna lose the base. I would be shocked if he didn't lose that hero. Definitely the burbs are going after her. And every single arbalist is getting absolutely wrecked. But a lot of trolls have gone down too. Where are we with regards to population right now? It's 109 pop to 9. So DonHyperion has lost absolutely everything and the base. But he did reset the Skull Crusher count, to be fair. I think that's just 2 or 3 kills over there. Hitting Camp is gonna upgrade the weak Skull Crusher to a wall breaker. Merguez, thank you. 20 months of subscribing. Thank you, Merguez. Appreciate you, buddy. We're gonna see some keepers. They're gonna be a little bit better at resisting all the strike and pierce damage. I'm not sure how much good that will do. There's a bit of iron mining going on already for DonHyperion, but he's not on enough bases. Actually, Leasha has more flags and more potential to further upgrade. He's tier 3. He's gonna get border fortresses. Okay, those are gonna be essentially unbreakable for the moment. Definitely Leasha has to regroup before attempting that. But once tier 3 is reached, what exactly is Don gonna do with it? Are we gonna see perhaps champions? Because they could fight off the trolls somewhat. It's just the numbers. The numbers do not add up, ladies and gents. There's 100 population of discrepancy here. It just seems almost impossible to overcome this. Don is going to try, however. Don is going to try. Man, those hunters, they're getting tower rushed. It's not really a rush, but it is a tower. And it is killing them. Yeah, this is the part I was speaking about. So you destroy the bases, all these resources get left behind by the destroyed buildings, then you upgrade the base and you just take their shit. It's such a snowball effect. It's kind of brutal. As if Leasha wasn't ahead enough, here's some more stuff. Obviously, if you yourself retake the base, it's good news. But if the other guy takes it, oh boy. Flesh Eaters are out. I think they don't have yet their stinky aura. They do have their stinky aura. They do. They are very stinky. Which is a damage nerf to enemies in melee. As if these guys weren't strong enough with their 200 damage. Really good Earth Shatter there by the Wolfguard commander. Catching the majority of the army. DonHyperion is fighting valiantly between those buildings. It's a good choke point. And, you know, this base is just freaking destroying the Iron Beaks in 3 shots or something like that. But now that the buildings are gone, there is nothing to hide behind. And the trolls are coming for the base. There is among them a pair of wall breakers, which seems just more than enough to get the job done. The Wolfguard commander just doesn't have enough sauce in her to make this work. Teleportation out is gonna happen, and the base is trying to get repaired. Maybe DonHyperion will get enough out of this. Where's the repair guy anyway? Oh, yeah, over there. Alright, well, it's happening, and one of the wall breakers is killed, but I think there's just too much stuff here. And even without the wall breaker, this would have gone down. So I think in the end, DonHyperion probably will have to resign anyway, because there's just not enough bases for him. He's desperately trying to get these keepers out, but it's just not enough. Even with the Aria getting gathered soon, it's just gonna take so long, because they have to go here, then back there. It's just gonna take a long time. But we have the first of the champions out somewhere. I've seen one just now. In production anyway. Yeah, so that's being worked on. There's no more barracks, it's just the two. So what Leasha is doing here is, on top of everything, she's eating the corpses. And that bad boy over there is a maxed out flesh eater with 10 stacks of blood power, which increases the damage from 200 combined damage to 280. And now, if Leasha so desired, she could start saving up for a Titan with a Tainted Obelisk and just summon that Titan in on top of his Flesh Eater. So, is that gonna happen? Probably not. We're a little bit too far away from having 500 offerings. But you can never rule it out. It's just you would have to wait a long time. And I'm not sure DonHyperion has a long time to wait here. The trolls are coming for his base. And he doesn't have enough to defend it. He's gonna try. Why can't he teleport? Okay, it's teleporting. But it's all too late anyhow. The Earth Shatter comes through, but I'm pretty sure there's just 2 or 3 shots left off this base. Actually, it's holding on remarkably well, but the entire army would have been destroyed here anyhow. So now DonHyperion resigns for reals. Just too much snowballing in this one, I'm afraid. He really did try, however. Just look at the full game stats now and see how much Leasha has been ahead in resources due to the roughly equal base count. You just have to be ahead in bases as these smaller factions, even the elves, although they have more workers per base than humans, but the humans especially. Alright, ladies and gents, welcome to game 2. DonHyperion is gonna be playing as the dwarves, not as the humans. Why did I do that? It's playing as the dwarves. On the other side, we've got Leasha, who's not dwarves. What is going on? Okay, this thing is stuck. Seriously now? She's Dark Elves. I'm gonna get that card up anyway. Yeah! We unstuck it. So, this is a community-made map. And what's interesting about it is there's some different types of creeps that you normally don't have in the multiplayer maps, like these mountain lions. Got the good old standard banditos here. And you've got the troll guards. Troll toll guards, to be exact, on the bridges. So you have to pay your troll toll to get through. They're weaker versions than the normal trolls. But nonetheless, they're annoying. And up here, there's an air elemental, which is also normally not in the game. Pretty strong health on that one. Here also going to be the Warrior of the Depths and the Guardian of Nor. 2 brawlers here going to be fighting it off. Because normally early on, the Dark Elves will be having a slightly tougher time against dwarves. You know, the insane brawling from axe wielders and the Warrior of the Depths, who's essentially unkillable, would be difficult to deal with. But the Guardian of Nor himself is kind of similar, just doesn't have as much free healing on him. So we might get to see a little bit more back and forth even in tier 1, which is why Leasha is being so aggressive, trying to take over the bases of DonHyperion and maybe Maybe we'll even see one of those cases where you just steal a base and build a barracks up there. There are 2 workers ready to go with this town hall, but I think Leasha doesn't care. Leasha wants to build maybe some food here and then get going with the barracks. Run into the main, deny the stone, although the stone is split up into 2 piles. Which means that the dwarves can split up. They normally go for 3 stone cutters, but if you can split them up, you can't just shut them all down, right? Which is a problem in other maps where the stone is all in 1 pile. So these community-made maps typically don't allow that. Not that the dwarves are terribly weak even with that consideration. It's just at the highest level you can exploit every little thing. Oh, and this is the most special part of the map, perhaps, the Gnars on the side. I forgot to mention them. So they have all sorts of special effects, but you know, they're the same as in the campaign, really. It's just they have this bloodlust effect, which marks a target and makes them do a whole lot more damage via an attack speed increase. They seem to have bugged out. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, they fully healed and they're going back to their origin point. I guess it means Leasha will get to take them out 1 or 2 at a time. That's great news for her. DonHyperion is coming in with the Warrior of the Depths. Oh, going wide on the skill picks. So there's been Relentless Rage to make every attack give this guy an attack speed and damage increase. Inspiring Presence, of course, for mana restoration. This guy doesn't gain mana by himself. He has no regen. You have to press the button for him to gain mana. And in combat, he gains it too. He's got a Recuperate, which is a self-heal. Single target damage. Spin to win. Whirlwind thingy. And he's got Battle Frenzy, which is the teleport that also enfeebles. Enfeeble is the damage weakening. And then there's a slow effect as well, the Impair. Well, now, the mission is for DonHyperion to just try to deny Leasha from getting all the XP here for free. At least pick up some units in the process. Maybe go in and bonk that Guardian of Nor or something. Because he's gonna be that Guardian of Nor is gonna be focused on, right? That is exactly what the Gnars are targeting. But they're done with it. They're done with it for now. Both heroes can teleport, so it's really almost impossible for the Guardian of Nor to get away. And that probably was the last of the potions. Whereas DonHyperion still has 5. It pays really well to have this Recuperate on at all times. Maybe this Brawling is actually very much in favor of the Warrior of the Depths. And there's a kill that Leasha just suffered. Uh-oh, DonHyperion's having a good old time here. The spiders are never gonna kill this Warrior of the Depths, and neither is the base. If we're being honest. A bunch of the axe wielders are now coming over. They can go and do some brawling wherever they please. A whole bunch of spiders as well from Leasha, however. Oh, by the way, the map is not yet finished. The links to get them are always in the YouTube description. We got the Heroes expansion mod, we've got the Undead mod for Faction Edition, and the maps, of course. Yeah, I'm sure this is going to be very nice once it's prettified a little bit. It's a great map layout. Has somebody forgotten a... Oh no, there's no base here. Hold on. I thought there would be a base here, but no. Wait, there is a base here, isn't there? Oh yeah, there is. Of course there is. Well, this is a scary part, ladies and gents. The Dark Elves don't have a lot of units. They're away from the Euro. And the frontier post is getting bonked. I think they're gonna just teleport back now. Troll to a guard. They're supposedly gonna get picked up here. And Dom picks up the pot, and I guess he decides the frontier post is gonna be fine. Leasha is staying on the job for now. But Dawn could technically... Sorry, this is Leasha, that is Dawn. Leasha could technically just go after these Gnars, while Dawn is slowly but surely working away on this base. That's enough Axulers now to just go in. I'm not sure why he retreated with everybody. Meanwhile, this frontier post is nicely repairing itself. Yeah, definitely Leasha needs to teleport to defend it. Do you really want to do it against that many Axulers? I'm not even sure the spiders would win. Weakening is getting cast on these guys via spider sacrifice. That's helping thin them out quite a bit. But meanwhile, the base has been thinned out over here. And Dawn takes over another one, upgraded every single dwarf base thus far. And the dwarves are a slowly expanding faction, so they're having a really good time here so far. And with the sectors being relatively small, the huntable animals also don't go too far. Which is great news for hunter efficiency. Question in the chat, did I help make this game? No. I did a little bit of testing for the final expansion only. I only helped as like a content creator, nothing more. Told him about some bugs. That's it. I didn't work on it as a professional. I joined the company after all that. But this is how I learned of them. Now I'm like, oh, this Project Minerva thing, it must be Titan Quest 2, right? And it's like, duh. Well, it was a huge teenage favorite of mine, so it's like, yeah, let's do that. And they let me, so thank you. Anyways, level 5 is unlocked for the Guardian of Nord, which is fantastic. Wonder what it's going to be used for by Leasha. So far, there's no shielding. Infiltrators are working hard, but the dwarven numbers are just overwhelming, looks like. And the hero gets sniped, level 5 or not. It was a Mark of Corruption pick in the end, not the shield. And all the spiders and infiltrators are going to get shanked here. There's also Earthshapers, by the way, so the dwarves have run away with the economy altogether. Tier 2 and all. I don't think you're killing the Earthshapers with tier 1 Dark Elves. That stuff would require sleepers, weakening, healing, all the whole shebang. Oh yeah, thanks crew. Yes, definitely the games I worked on are all up my alley. I'm privileged as hell. All of the games I've ever worked on are like childhood favorites or the franchise of it. Which is ridiculous. I wonder when I'm gonna run out of things that I used to like as a kid. So far, so good. Age of Mythology, Halo Wars, Total War, Titan Quest. Alright, what's next? Unfortunately, I didn't get Homeworld. It's fine, I modded that. Guys, nothing to say, there were too many dwarves. Which is why I'm chit-chatting. Too many dwarves. Leasha definitely overextended early on. It's wasted too much time by the Gnars. And meanwhile, DonHyperion just made a big economy. Let's look at this chart again. This is my point. Insane amount of resources gathered. That difference is what created this. So don't spend too much time creeping your for your hero levels. If you can't build a big enough economy and keep the dwarves at bay, at the same time, that you're gonna be overrun, right? Like, you just have to fight them and keep them from expanding. It's fairly easy to do because they're only gonna upgrade like one flag at a time, but you have to keep destroying their new flags and stuff like that. I think that's very important. And keep them engaged. Snipe the units one by one with your archers. If you can keep the numbers low, kind of just like with the trolls, then you can keep control of the whole match. The game that will decide the series. Scorching Canyon is the perfect map for that situation anyhow. DonHyperion is going to be playing the orcs, which are now on this map only in player form. They used to be down here like in bases and creep camps, but they weren't real creeps. So we're playing this modded version, right? And they got replaced by real creeps. Banditos, Skellies, and the big boy down here. Leasha is just going to be playing the trolls, and we'll be using the chieftain, which is actually a really good choice against the orcs, I must say, because if you end up fighting against gobos, he just bonks them and his AoE damage is quite sufficient to handle that situation, and then he just promotes your smashers into skull crushers, your skull crushers into wall breakers for free, and runs over the orc bases without too much trouble. But of course, it's easier said than done because the orcs are supposed to get a relatively fast tier 2 in this matchup. And once they have hunters, they should be able to one by one snipe down these targets. And critical mass does mean that the orcs get to print like there is no tomorrow. And having many bases is very possible on this map. What Leasha is going to be focusing on is the easiest of the creeps, the undead, which basically are just two shot for this hero. Then what's next easiest, you might be thinking, is the banditos. I'm not sure why Leasha isn't killing them. And actually this eye banner did not get built, so that's kind of annoying there. Especially because this is a more important base than the middle one. Neither of these are going to be built. And to make it worse, Leasha didn't make this flag. So even later on, they can't be taken. Anyways, DonHyperion just wants to steal what should normally belong to the trolls, but it's easier said than done. That third base just wasn't going to be in time. Especially not if you're going to be making Scoundrel from multiple bases. That's just consuming your wood and slows down your expansion, but you kind of need some units to defend yourself early. Chieftain, by the way, has opted into the shielding. He's got a little bit of resistance with junk that he picks up. We'll have to see if he goes into any sort of business on the right side. Like, so far, you don't have to pick the troll guard until quite later, but I think now would be a good time. So if level 3 is achieved with the banditos, I think Leasha should go for it. It's a really good base to have. These two are really good bases to have in general. Okay, we're teleporting home and taking over all that. Dawn is only now really starting to get to work with that Goblin Warlock, and he's on level 1 only. That is not so good. So obviously there's no skill build here just yet. It's literally just Chain Lightning and Totem of Sparks with Arcane Force. So very limited capabilities here for the Goblin Warlock. But there's a bunch of bases. It's just, I'm worried that the trolls have a better situation with the bases too. Remember, the orcs have to be quite ahead. In fact, the orcs have to be more ahead than anybody else because their bases are kind of rubbish. You got 3 workers per upgrade level. So even if you upgrade them, it's only 6 workers, which are still worse than the 4 orc workers in a troll workers in a normal base. Well, those gobbos are dead. Is Leasha just gonna bonk this? Surely not, right? Even a scouting post is enough repair rate to survive this. Come on, get the smasher. Get the smasher. 86 health, come on. Maybe the other one. 130. Oh, no. Done. Yeah. Take that. Wrecked. Wasted. Hey, Farlan, is there a special item for the Goblin Warlock? I forget. Down here, there's a special merchant, right? I just don't know if our mod has that. Farlan's mod, but... Socialism. Whatever. He does have one. Okay. I'd love to see it. Let's see if Don graces us with the fancy weapon. Going down here now. There's no creeps. No easy XP to be had. Oh no. Forced to teleport back to defend the base. Although it's just 3 Trollos, I think maybe that was unnecessary. They do have troll guards, so Leasha's definitely preparing for the promotion game. You remember, when they get promoted, they do get their health back. And the chieftain has an extra item. Oh my. I really want to see that stuff. Let's hope we get it. Dawn's scouting post is slowly but surely working on the Scorching Wyvern. Don't think we're going to be in a rush to see it. Oh, Dawn. No.
What you want?
I want
All good things.
all good things, please. No. Okay, maybe on the way out. We believe in you, Dawn. We got Leasha here is heading to level 4. Bunch of war riders getting added to the composition. Never hurts to have some ranged. Of course, Dawn will have to have some extra population. These scouting posts probably need an upgrade. And I'm wondering whether we're gonna see some sort of... Oh, we're not gonna see an early tier 2. Cause we're gonna get the call of the pack. Infinite gobbos. That's what's gonna happen. Should be another base here. That's it. There's iron. Not that the trolls need that. It's the orcs want that, not the trolls. So just denying the resource is a really good play actually by Leasha. Totem's doing a little bit of work here against the revenants. They're pretty damn tanky. Taking out that revenant knight is probably a focus, but easier said than done. And by the time it's done, most of them are dead anyway, so you really don't gain too much. But hey, more iron bases down here. It's good. Probably Leasha doesn't want to take the Elder Demon just yet. Also a creep that isn't normally here because there's just an orc AI base, which is full of very basic units that are base game. And base game units mean very low stats. Like the whole thing got rebalanced and the map didn't get updated properly, unfortunately. Although this is one of the most fun, most wonky maps. And I love it for that. Modders to the rescue. Ouch. Well, the modders can't fix that. That's on DonHyperion. You should have watched out there. Even more boys get bonked, but there's another healing totem for them. Saving the day. We've got level 4, however, and that should mean a little bit of promotion action should be possible now for Leasha, but we're not going to be doing throwing training. We want to do hitting training, you see. And that needs level 5. Which would mean this skill is necessary. There is a Godstone for that. So it's fairly easy to go and deal with it. And now that DonHyperion's finally picked off the Drake over there. Got himself a new ring. Also part of the mod. Frozen Time, so that's an extra attack and casting speed ring over there. Should definitely put that on. And yeah, Leasha is going for the big boy as expected. This is a strong one, but it doesn't have a lot of resistances. And apparently it can be pushed around by trolls. That's not right. Yeah, probably needs a small fix down the line. Oh, the trolls don't care, man. This thing is too strong. They literally don't care. Is this one weak, or... It's supposed to have like a ground smash ability. It didn't even do it. Why didn't he do anything?
We've no more room for troops.
What the hell?
We need to improve our output.
Anyway, Ring of Nullification. That's the reward. Got a shielding amulet from the shop too. And the tier 3 weapon. The orcs are now on the attack. Coming in with the Bound Inferno Golem to nobody's surprise. That's the go-to pick for level 5 here. And we got the big bleeding smash from the chieftain. That should kill many of those scoundrels for sure. Especially once another wave of this comes through. I don't think DonHyperion is gonna get the Eye of the Tribe. This is crazy. He barely gets it. Well done. Wait, a lot of the trolls are going down. This is dangerous for Leasha. That was 6. But big bonk stick. Make bonk good. Oh, that was nice. Chieftain is heavily weakened. You probably want to stay around for this and get a shot or two with the Goblin Warlock through at that point, but it's too late now. Oh, he probably could have killed the Chieftain. Anyway, some smashers survive. The base can be rebuilt. It's just that meanwhile, the orcs are actually doing quite a bit of expanding. Risen Rock is done, but I don't think DonHyperion wants tier 3 just yet. He clicked it for a sec. But it's definitely too soon. Gotta take some iron. And then maybe upgrade those Warg Riders to do more damage to snipe the remainder of the smashers. I don't know about this one, Dawn. This is very adventurous. Especially against that level 6 chieftain. I just don't like this. It's too soon for this. Sure, the orcs are ahead a little bit. But I don't think by enough. Wait, that Bound Inferno Golem actually just giga-chatting through this whole army. Chieftain is getting bonked as well. But now that the armor is on, it's just... I think he's just so much more potent than before. Individual smashers are still getting picked off. Leasha's actually kind of hemorrhaging units here, despite the massive amount of kills coming through. Decent defense against all odds. DonHyperion has to turn around for now. Bear in mind, these Warg Riders aren't yet upgraded. There's only a War Pit, no Bloodforge, so he literally cannot upgrade them. And I don't think I see any iron. Stonecutter. There's no iron. Okay, there's one iron mine, two iron mine, that's it. And the second one isn't done yet. Dawn is just very low on stone. So we'll see what we can do. Excuse me, having a coughing fit here. Anyway. Leasha will be trying to once again survive against the tide. But now with a bunch of school crashers, the job has just become a lot easier. They have just a little bit of extra resistances. They have a little bit more health. They have cleaving damage, and the spike flinger as well has a little bit of AoE to their attacks. Leasha has the oh, hitting hasn't been picked yet. I really want Leasha to pick that. And troll guards, there could be 5 people in the troll guard. I'd love to see these things. Because troll guard gives more health to like the individuals marked, right? There's already a bone axer. Oh my goodness. Okay, so training is gonna be for mages then. Because we need to hold, says Leasha. Need to hold the line. Eat. Man's gotta eat. There's a whole lot of corpses here to pick from. Get it to level 10. They will never die again. Just the DonHyperion is attacking 2 places at the same time. It's a little bit rough to defend against. And as the iron mines will be coming online soon. Nope. Still just 2 iron mines. What is going on? Even the war riders aren't upgraded. This is the craziest game I've seen. Still nothing down here either. What a lineup of towers. Just shooting the workers dead. I gotta say, the Trollos have built up a decent semi-techy army. So if Leasha keeps promoting more people into bone hexers, that could be a huge play. A wall breaker is among them too now, so breaking these buildings isn't gonna be a huge problem. There is still a decent population of orcs. It's just not enough, I think, to effectively fight this off. Chieftain gets in the middle of all things. Big bonk to start things off. The bleeding is gonna reduce health just a little bit. And he makes for a great tank, of course, with these high resists. Chugs a potion, no RTS resources lost, remember. And every single orc has been killed. This might just be enough for Leasha to push through, but it's a lot of magical damage. Wallbreakers have to be a little bit careful, but we have a 10 stack bone hexer, ladies and gents. Leasha's gonna leave it alone for now, but I think the recovery is truly on now. I probably shouldn't push this. Be ashamed to lose a wall breaker. Okay, Dawn still doesn't have an upgrade building. What about the iron mine situation? Okay, that is getting fixed quite a bit. So once the tier 2 orc units start coming out, things are going to be different around here. You can bet on that. Trolls are gonna be looking for something else. I mean, there are some more creeps down there. Scrap is already gone. Although I would suggest there's some in the middle. And probably on Dawn's side as well, it's not being watched. Yeah, right, maybe it's easier to just attack the middle. That's a good point. I just don't think it's the best idea. Of course, never a bad idea to bonk single building and just get out. That is resource damage, both income and for replacement. DonHyperion is starting to get some brutes out. Once their numbers are going to be much higher, he's going to be able to fight off buildings. And all his bases are now upgraded save for this one, but that's also on the way. And then I guess he's just going to max out on these iron units because he's going to have enough iron income at that point. Got some hunters as well, so I guess the brutes are primarily just tanks for the front line. Leasha is hugely adding population. If she just gets a little bit more economy by upgrading these remainder flags, that could go a really long way. Imagine if all these units get upgraded from smashers to something better. Particularly mages. Because this is a strong art for the tribe. Where is, by the way, the mage upgrade thingy? Hex camp here. It's only coming now. There's just gonna be that one bone hexer for now. We do have weakening on the throwers. Every attack they weaken targets by 10%. We got a Warbringer. Wow. That's a big deal. Every single unit here is now buffed by 20% damage. Which is a huge deal for the Bone Axer in particular. 243 damage. Two of these things do as much damage as the Titan. And the attacks bounce. Or rather, not bounce, but they have an AoE, right? Huge bonk opportunity there. Once again for the chieftain. He is fully resistant as well. Except against siege. Don't have weakening. Well, that's rough. Chain lightning doing what it can, but it can't do a lot. It's the hunters that are actually starting to mean something here. A few more of those and maybe DonHyperion is in business. This is, although it's a good army, it's still a lot of smashers and throwers. Once those are gone, things change. Wallbreaker is getting upgraded, by the way, to a Warbringer. That will consume most of the resources, but once he's out, it's a massive buff to everyone around. It doesn't stack, obviously, this aura. This Empower aura is just a one-off. But make sure that everybody is affected. That's the big deal. Including if that other Warbringer dies. That's where it becomes most useful. Iron Beaks are now becoming Boom Droppers. Leasha is getting ready for a little bit of multi-pronged harassment. Could shut down one of the iron mines. That's a good idea. Ooh. Great bonk. That's the problem with choke points. Like, when you set choke points for the For the trolls, actually, you're gonna be funneling into it. They want the choke points more than you do. Warbringer is certainly bringing a lot of war. He might go down, but the amount of orcs and gobbos that have been killed here is just not even comparable. Leasha's having a great time and should be absolutely eating those corpses with the mages. Oh, that one will go down. Unfortunate. But the others will be eating well. Plenty of orcs around. Probably time to get out though, as there's just not enough siege here. Border Fortress is done for DonHyperion as tier 3 kicks in. By the way, the main base has some iron if you ever needed some. It's over here. So when the wood just becomes a little bit ineffective, just go iron here in the main. There's plenty of wood. Now naturally this does mean that we're gonna be harvesting the... Where is it? Ah, back there, the black ash. Plenty of it available. So Don's gonna be having a good time for a long time. There's more down here too. If we ever capture this base, that's the mother lode. Huge amounts here. Of course the trolls are enjoying it for now, but for them it's only wood and offerings from the shrines to Mugwa. Speaking of Titan, max out into Titan. It's entirely possible for Leasha. You don't have to go into all mages in this situation. I think it's fine to just play a little bit more ranged. Flingers and throwers together wouldn't be that bad. Then you can add a Titan in. Then again, just maxing out is fine. Just maxing out is fine. There's no need to ever rush a Titan in SpellForce 3. Usually what takes priority is that you can max out again if you, in case you lose a fight. I do wonder as far as techs go, whether DonHyperion will start upgrading these units, because orcs do have these Age of Empires style weapon and armor upgrades. 3 tiers of them, so they definitely should get it. Just makes the whole army better. Gobbles don't get it though. Funnily enough, your wyverns do. Oh, so many border fortresses. They're almost all done as well. Just 2 bases left for Don to upgrade, and then it's all about units from here. And upgrades. Should still get some upgrades. Yeah, these basic guys like hunters and brutes, they don't get any more upgrades. What you can do, however, is shamans. And once that black ash is getting collected by Don, getting some shamans wouldn't be half bad, because he already has the scoundrel unlocked, right? And Scoundrel can oil up enemies. And then everybody is gonna be burned alive by the shamans. It's pretty good business. Or you can just do the same, but with dragons. And on this map, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that. I mean, you can see how the units are pathing. They have essentially no room. So having flyboys above your army is actually a pretty good idea. I mean, look at this. The buildings have to be placed so tightly together. All these thick boys just can't fit through. Comes the Congo line number 2. There's a bunch of more banditos if Don wants it. But I think he wants the bottom bases, to be fair. Both players are pretty close to maxing out, by the way. We got to level 10 Bone Hexer, so Titan business is definitely on the table and the resources are getting stockpiled. So I think Leasha is actively thinking about it. Of course, DonHyperion can stop this. But who said he actually is allowed to stop this? Leasha can just come back. This base does have a Godstone. But I think she's gonna go for the trade, take the base over, and then do the teleport. No, forcing Dawn to come home instead. 3 shots for the base, by the way. And teleports out of here. Losing 0 trolls. Costing DonHyperion like 60 resources or something. It's probably more than that, isn't it? How much is the whole path to Border Fortress? Might be like 70. Well, it's pretty chill for the moment. She has a whole lot of resistance items. Bought some pots. And Don probably doesn't want the business.
We're under attack.
He himself only bought a garment there. It's good to have some extra resist, but that hero is not very good to that at all. So the orcs soon have to do something, because all this population is just getting worse by the minute, ladies and gents. You're also gonna have a party in the long run. Thing is, they have an infinite economy, technically. Scrap and offerings, you can make those forever, so they can make infinite titans. You can farm as well, which is infinite. You just can't infinitely rebuild your buildings if they keep getting destroyed. But orcs, once they run out of iron on the map, there's no more iron units. Once they run out of black ash on the map, there's no more black ash units. And then you can only make goblins and wargs. While there's stone, you can still make scoundrel, but it's not like that's gonna help when you're facing bone hexers. So end game, in that sense, is extremely imbalanced, to be fair. And Leasha's doing a really good job of stalling for it. Losing a bunch of units here and there. As long as she takes the base, it's all good. Nearly has the resources as well for that Titan. The 10 stacker boy is very alive indeed. By the way, because his damage is boosted, he's also leeching more health every shot. And it's AoE. It's very hard to kill that guy. Okay, Dawn has a really good army this time around. I don't think we're oiling up anyone still. No, but that's so many hunters, man. Just the chieftain is invulnerable now, so no point shooting him. Okay, probably need to get the hell out of here. Uh-oh. Getting shot every time hurts a lot for him. Oh, Dawn didn't shoot. He did not shoot. We got Stomp on the wall breakers. We saw a really good one earlier, by the way, but just now is also good. As long as you take out these techie units, it's well worth the effort to micromanage. And we're gonna see some more eating. There's gonna be more 10 stackers here and there. Very, very soon indeed. Tons of 9 stackers already. And DonHyperion is just getting absolutely picked apart. They're now equal population, these two. And sure, the chieftain is going to go down, but the mages are just feasting on this army. Some 9 stack boys going down left and right, and I actually don't see the 10 stack boy. Did he get pulled back or something? Actually, Dawn is doing admirably well here, considering the situation he was in. This is actually a great outcome, but there's still so many mages left, ladies and gents. And that's an absolute corpse field over there. It's always possible for these guys to just come back and get a little bit more of a harvest. Oh, they're gonna eat well here. Plenty of the guys around. A lot of the magic resources is gonna be spent here. Damn, I was really ready for that Titan though. Anyway, there's a new 10 stack boy. And there's also a Warbringer. He's gonna buff him to the moon. This is the strongest unit in the game, by the way. Flash Eater. Fully stacked up. Empowered. If he's low health, there's another empower for that. It's another troll perk. It's another 15% once we get there. That's the strongest single attack, I think. That isn't a Titan. You know what? The hero is stronger, but okay, it's a hero. And I guess he doesn't life leech or anything like that. And it's not pure damage. There's no pure damage component. The hero is still gonna be better, but he's melee. Still, it's insanely shot. Oh my god. Warbringers themselves, they don't do much damage themselves. They just have a 5% block chance, I believe. Because they have a shield. Looks like we're going to be punching through here. Leasha really wants the business. Is there going to be a Titan? Oh. I don't see anything. No Titan. She could absolutely do a Titan here. I'd love to see it. Where the 200 pop of trolls are getting to work, ladies and gents. And it really does not look like DonHyperion has what it takes to hold this back. Not really. There could have been a Titan, but you're probably not gonna get it. I just don't think it's necessary. The 10 stack boy is working hard over there. He's the better mage, better than the orcs. Bigger, better, stronger. And the border fortress is gonna be bonked down. That's now a troll base. And level 10 on the chieftain is achieved. And DonHyperion achieves defeat. Whereas Leasha has gotten the victory. Congrats to Leasha. Next time we should have clicked her name first in the last second. That was my fault. Would have been more positive. Either way, super well done. Like, that was just great survival skills, right? And then using the promotion to the Bone Hexer and eating all the corpses to buff it up and just playing survival mode. Perfect. I'm not sure what DonHyperion was planning, however, with the lack of iron. He was definitely overconfident about just going in to kill Leasha's stuff. And once again, resetting the troll count at that low point would have been devastating, right? Like, you win here, that's over. That's game. Sorry, it was here, I think, where he killed almost everything and then he tried to chase them into the main, but couldn't kill anymore. That was where Leasha gained a chance to survive, and with all these resources gathered throughout the game, she's definitely made a difference. GG.